Hello everyone on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching the Stock Martin Show. I'm Stock Martin. If you've been to this channel before, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new to this channel, we ask that you please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit all so you can get all my videos. Also, do not forget to hit a thumbs up and like it. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm and shares this video with others. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or comments, I'd really like to hear from you. Well, let's get started. But before I do have a link down below to Webull. If you use that link, you deposit $100, you do get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. You do have also a link to Coinbase. If you hit that link, you get $10 of free cryptocurrency trading. You'll also be helping my channel as well. Well, let's get down to it, folks. Today I would like to talk to you about Cciv or Lucid, where this company is going, potential future stock predictions, and also some news that just came out. So let's get down to it. First, I would like to show you a little bit of history of Lucid if you're not familiar with it. Lucid started as a SPAC at the beginning of the year. In January, it was trading around $10 a share. There was a lot of hype that Cciv would be merging with Lucid, and so as little bits and pieces of information were out there, the news just started to hype up the stock, which started to go really high to about $64, almost $65 at its peak. Right once the merger was announced, you had a lot of retail investors that sold, and so they bought the news and sold on the hype, and this caused stock pretty much to plummet. In 1 week, it went down 30%. Going from $65, I mean, it was going down to about $40, $42, then $35. And as you can see on this slide here, so once that Lucid deal was confirmed, you just see this red candle light that the stock just plummeted. And it has been on a descending trend because of a few factors. One, you have the tech stocks have really been hit, especially the electric vehicle market. Across all the electric vehicles from February 9th, I mean, you got big names like Tesla, you have big names like NIO, XPeng. They all have been trending downward. We're starting to see our baseline right now around $18. And let's talk about that in the next few slides. Right now it's trading at about $18 a share. What I did want to mention is let's look at, based on these numbers, the Lucid is valued at $29 billion right now, which if you look at the valuation and compare it to the other EV car companies, it actually is one of the most expensive EV companies out there to buy in the stock market right now. We can do this by comparing it to, for example, NIO. NIO's been producing cars for about 3 years out there. It does have 3 SUVs that are selling in China right now, and they're doing great. They have about half of the EV market there. Tesla has the other half. Also, you do have other Chinese EV companies such as XPeng, which is valued at $20 billion. So if you compare Lucid to these 2 EV companies that are out there currently, it's real similar to XPeng, but XPeng has been producing cars out there and it is selling well right now. If you look at this stock and compare it, remember that Lucid hasn't produced one or sold one of its cars yet. So it's in early stages right now. If we compare Lucid's current market cap to Tesla, Tesla is right now at $600 billion market cap, and it is the leading EV company worldwide. Again, if you bought this SPAC with Cciv, or at the very beginning wrote it up around the $65, and if you still held on to it and you didn't sell, you're probably down about 75% on your stock, which really hurts. For those investors, I would advise you to stay the course, try to buy or average down your cost, and remember, keep this long term. Diamond hands on this one. Reason why I personally like Lucid and want to invest in Lucid is it has a great product and it has a great potential to grow. True, it is an expensive car company right now, even though it has not delivered any vehicles yet. However, Peter Rollins, the CEO of Lucid, did report that Lucid should be producing about 577 vehicles this year, which is down from about 1,000 first projected. That's based on 2 factors. One is the semiconductor chip shortage, and Lucid wants to perfect its inspection of the vehicle to make sure that they have a good quality quality product before they give it to the consumer. So they do have a lot of innovation and they have a lot of potential for growth. Lucid will be producing 4 versions of their Lucid Air vehicle. The first one will be the most expensive, the most luxurious, which is the Lucid Dream. It's the highest priced one. It's going to be selling at a base price of $160,000, and they're going to start off with this one this year. The other 3 versions are called the Grand Touring, the Touring, and the Pure. The price targets on those for the Grand Touring will be $131,000, the Touring will be $87,000, and the Pure will be $70,000. These vehicles will be very similar in design. What's going to be different is the material that are used inside for the quality and the luxury of it. Also power output. The Pure will be 480 horsepower, whereas the Grand Touring and also the Dream Edition will have over 1,000 horsepower in electric power. It's going to be super fast. I did want to also point out, this is very big for Lucid. This chart right here compares Lucid to the other EV makers, and what it does is it's looking at the drive power unit to weight ratio. So it looks at the horsepower and it compares it as a ratio to the kilogram, the weight of the integrated motor, transmission, and inverter. Lucid Air's horsepower per kilogram ratio is 9, which means that it has a lot more horsepower. It can produce a lot more horsepower per weight of its electric motor, transmission, and inverter. And if we compare that to the American EV brand, and so this would be the full-size brand, this would be the Tesla Model S and the Model X, it comes out as 3.2. And if we compare it to the American EV brand, the compact model, which is the Model 3 and the Model Y, this would be a 3.1. So as you can see that Lucid Air, when you compare it to Tesla, this increased efficiency and power outlook increased the range and also the speed of the vehicle because it's more efficient and it has that increased power outage. And if you compare it to the German EV brand, this is a performance model, which would be Porsche or Volkswagen. They actually came out at 2.6 horsepower per kilogram ratio. So Lucid has a great product right here, and it can be seen whenever all the testing will come out. So do they have a great product? Yes, they just need to start producing some units. The production volume, as I mentioned, this year in 2021, Lucid will have 577 vehicles. However, by the year 2022, which is next year, the Lucid Air is expected to have 20,000 electric vehicles, which will grow exponentially throughout the year. In the year 2023, just the following year, Lucid will introduce its SUV, which is called Gravity, about 49,000 units to be produced in the year 2023. Now, looking at the total revenue, this year, Lucid has not sold one car yet. However, by this year, they do plan to sell the Lucid Air Dream, which was $160,000 base price. And they do plan to sell about 577 of those, which are reserved already. Now, by next year, 2022, there's a projected of a 2.2 billion profit, and this will just grow exponentially. By the year 2026, it looks like it's projected to be 22.7 billion in profit. So as you can see, that's a tenfold increase in revenue in just the next, I would say, 4 years. So that's where your money is going to grow. So if you bought your stock now, it will grow in the future. We just have to get those vehicles out there. Cciv Lucid has just released 6 major updates for the retail investor. Lucid had 7,500 reservations in February, which then climbed to 8,000 by the end of that month. To date, we have 9,000 reservations of the Lucid vehicle right now. Reservations, once executed, will generate $800 million in potential sales and revenue for the company. So we just need to get these vehicles out and about. Peter Rawlings also did announce that they are building a high-quality, high-premium vehicle, and so they are almost at the end of their production final quality validation, which is going to end at the end of June, which means that July and August, the Lucid Air vehicles will start delivering to the people that have reserved them. Also, Lucid does have more stores and they are hiring more employees. As of right now, there are 7 stores nationwide, mostly concentrated on the East and West Coast. However, 17 sites are being produced and they should be ready by Q2, Q3 of this year. Lucid is taking a page out of Tesla's money book, testing a stationary storage battery pack, which can be used in commercial, home, and energy storage units as well. And this can be integrated in solar panels, just much like Tesla, to have future generation wealth growth. Also great news from Lucid is it will be converting its ticker from CCIV into Lucid, which will be LCID at the end of the third quarter of this year. And last is that Peter Rawlinson, the CEO of Lucid, also did confirm that Lucid does plan on producing 20,000 vehicles by the end of 2022. Now, let's talk about where the stock can go. If you look at this stock graph right now, Lucid is trading at $18.82. As you can see, it began as a SPAC at the beginning of the year in January, which was trading at $10. Then you had a lot of hype, and the news came out, and there was a lot of speculation that CCIV would be merging with Lucid. Lucid went from $31 and it jumped all the way up to $58. At its 52-week high of $64.86, people did start selling all the news once the merger was confirmed, and people were doing a lot of profit taking. If you were one of these people that bought at this really high point, then I would encourage you to really hold long term, as you can see that the revenue of Lucid will be going up by 10 times by the year 2026. So you should start seeing your profit and start breaking even, most likely in the next year or two, probably most likely by the end of 2022. Once all these vehicles start being produced, you should start seeing a break-even point. However, as you can see, there was a decrease. So you can see that there has been just a decline in the stock. And if we go back 1 month, you can see that there was resistance at $23.87. The stock has just continually gone down, and we have seen some consolidation and base at CCIV stock right now at about $17.25. So I don't expect it to go much lower than about $17.50. Right now it's trading sideways at about $18. What I would recommend is if you can get this stock in under $18, I would definitely get that because you're having a lot more upside. But remember, this company is quite high, and it has a quite high evaluation when compared to NIO, to XPeng. So if you're looking to get into the EV market and EV stocks, you're probably looking at getting more bang for your buck if you bought NIO or XPeng. Now CCIV, since they have not produced any vehicles yet, it's still pretty early in the stages. So if you wanted to put a little bit of money there to watch it grow, you definitely can. Like I mentioned, under $18 is a good buy, but we will have to keep that money in there for some time to start seeing some return on your money. If you're a long-term holder of CCIV, this is a wonderful time to buy because you can get in at a really good time. Also looking at CCIV, like I mentioned, it is quite volatile right now. Daily average volatility is about 5-6%, so that's 5% up and down, and that's looking back at the last month. So overall risk, it is a very high risk stock just because it's in its early phases and they have not produced any vehicles out there. Do they have a lot of potential? Yes, definitely. They have a great product out there. You saw their engine, the transmission and inverter. It's a very solid system. It does have a lot of horsepower. It's very efficient. So does it have a lot of room to grow? Yes. So they're competing against Mercedes. They're competing against the Tesla Model S, the Plaid Edition. They have a great product, and especially for the price point that you're getting it. So support right now, we've seen support in the high 17s, but we have seen resistance in the past 2 weeks at the $20 mark, in the past month at the $23 mark, and we'll just start seeing that stock improve with time. especially once the semiconductors are back online. You will also see the EV market starting to rebound once we get through all this inflation, I guess, concern and worry in the stock market. Overall, CCIV is a great place to invest in the electric vehicle company, as it's a young company, have a lot of room to grow. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Hit all to get all my video notifications. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks at Webull down below using that link. If you put $100 in, you get two free stocks valued up to $18.50. And also, if you deposit $100 into Coinbase, you get $10 worth of cryptocurrency.